Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Just prior to Season 4 dropping here for Black Ops 6 and Warzone, I was able to sit in on a call with several of the game's developers, and within it, we got a preview and a breakdown of some of the content, kind of explaining what the roadmap was about, their plans for the season. We also, though, got some additional details that they have not shared elsewhere, whether it be in the patch notes, in the various blogs, and one particular set of details that surfaced in this call is actually pertaining to how Raven, in specific, the developers for Warzone, are really changing the way that they approach updates throughout the year this year, which I think ultimately should be a strong payoff and also should equate to maybe a little bit less frustration within the community when certain things are tested or adjusted in some more drastic ways. So essentially here, before we actually break down some of the examples and things that we can expect this season to actually see unfold, here's how they describe some things within this call. Essentially, they said that gameplay changes this year in Warzone going forward, basically in the post-Verdansk era now that we're in, are going to be tested through limited time modes, various LTMs. Obviously, every single season within Warzone, we get some kind of new LTM update, some kind of new bonus mode. Sometimes it's a little bit more wacky and crazy. Other times it's a little bit more rooted in some core gameplay with different twists here and there, whether it be massive resurgence or something more crazy like high trip, things of that nature. For instance, this season, we're going to see the return of Clash, a mode that was featured back in Warzone 1, 50 versus 50, almost ground war-esque, if you will. And in this mode, the blogs previously have actually detailed some specific changes happening in this mode. And now that we have this information from the developers saying they're testing things out in LTMs first, we can get some insight, but also make our voices heard a little bit more when it comes to general feedback. In addition to gameplay changes being tested in LTMs first, they're essentially using this to determine if mechanics help gameplay or if they cause more of a disruption to gameplay. And their lens that they're viewing this with, how they're looking at it, is essentially, do these elements being tested in LTMs benefit Battle Royale? If yes, then they'll slowly implement them into Battle Royale in future updates. And if not, then they'll be exclusive to LTMs and they'll come and go as the LTMs go. So this seems to be sort of a play it safe way of being able to say, okay, we've got this new LTM that's only going to be around for, 2-3 weeks. Let's see in this gameplay, because it's already going to be, a fraction of what else is split away from the general modes like Battle Royale, Resurgence, Ranked, whatever. Let's see within this mode specifically, those that are interested in playing this, how do they react to this change, to that change? And then how much data can they collect from this to then say, okay, this impacted players positively in this amount of situations. Let's implement this in BR and see how it plays out. So as I mentioned, the blogs actually detail some stuff here that we can actually look at. So they've got this section from the Season 4 reveal blog titled Clash Mode Gameplay Features. And I thought it was a little bit interesting as we were going through this blog initially, that they listed these features specifically for Clash when a lot of them seem like standard gameplay updates that you, for instance, would see in Battle Royale or in Resurgence. And I was like, okay, I guess it's just for Clash. It's a little bit odd. Seems like a lot of assets and time to put into just an LTM. But now that we have the additional context, yeah, it makes a lot more sense with what's going on here, right? So, by the way, as we're going through all this, if you guys enjoy the video, you find the info helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure you're always up to date with everything going on in COD. If they do address feedback with these, if they plan on adding these things into future gameplay updates, whenever there's any news or info you guys need to know, this is the place to be to stay up to date. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. But within our Clash mode gameplay features here, for instance, they have specific buy stations here with certain things available. That's something that I would not expect to shift over into standard BR, because we already have the working buy station that's balanced out there. But we've got this new field upgrade, for instance, the door barricade, which actually allows you to block off a door so an enemy team cannot break through it and chase after you. So if you're trying to post up or cut an enemy team off from chasing you, you can deploy that and stop them outright until it is broken or disabled, right? So that's a pretty impactful, although very situational, field upgrade and update to the game, but obviously it could have, negative consequences in standard Battle Royale. So it's going to be tested here in Clash first, and if it's used effectively and they feel like they can have an actual usefulness that benefits gameplay in Battle Royale, then it'll be updated. They also have the hand cannon kill streak that's going to be available. High-powered pistol kill streak, originally available in multiplayer, is now available in ground cache as rare loot. Expect a slow rate of fire with finite ammunition, but good handling and improved hipfire accuracy with faster hipfire shooting speed. Expected to be rare loot in Battle Royale, Casual, Resurgence, Plunder later on in mid-season. We'll talk more about that in just a moment because that seems to give us more of a definitive thing. The devs did clarify a little bit more though that we'll get to, but this will be something to test out as well. Okay, if you pick this up, is your hipfire accuracy just broken, overpowered? If so, maybe it just stays in Clash as that fun gimmicky option, or they tune it for Battle Royale, or it just doesn't make it to Battle Royale in general. The SAM turrets, again, a Clash only mode option here, meant for anti-air. Might be a little bit more useful in a mode like Clash where there is more air streaks and air support happening in game, but also there are situations where things are spammed in general Battle Royale and general Resurgence, so on and so forth, where a SAM turret could be useful here. They do update the train a little bit for Clash. Specifically, if a Clash map features a portion of the large circular railroad track that the train travels along, then its hulking engine and loot filled carriages are parked and available to use as added cover. That's more so, again, just a Clash specific thing that won't really pertain to general BR. And then UAV towers as well. This essentially replaces the option for standard UAVs. You can spam these for $2,000. We do have these readily available in Battle Royale as well, but maybe it's something that they update more and more if they realize that players are actively seeking these out, you know, consistently, and it's paying off ultimately and benefiting the core gameplay. As we do scroll past a few of the other LTMs and details here, they also talk a little bit about these gameplay features again, saying new contracts, field upgrades, kill streaks, perks, ATV are all set to drop into Verdansk during Season 4, and they say with these, after an evaluation period in Warzone's Clash mode, expect the following equipment to become available across all additional modes at mid-season, including the Search and Destroy contract, the Door Barricade, and the Hand Cannon. The devs did specify, though, with things like this, they are going to evaluate these throughout Season 4's launch within Clash. So while the blog does make it sound a bit more definitive, hey, at mid-season, we're going to guaranteed see all of these, the devs mentioned, if we're going through this evaluation period in Clash and we see that the Door Barricade is way overpowered or players just don't use it really to their advantage, then it's not something we feel the need to add into Battle Royale. It's going to disrupt gameplay too much there. So like I said sort of at the start of the video, it almost seems like the devs themselves here are taking a much more play it safe route to gameplay updates. You may recall to Warzone updates in the past and Warzone seasons in the past, they make a drastic change to gameplay. They added a new feature, a new mechanic of some kind into just Battle Royale straight up. They add it as a core thing in the game and every mode has access to it, and it's like, oh, this completely changes things. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And then they have to react to that. You know, if it's a super broken mechanic or a super broken feature, the devs are then scrambling to try and fix it, or they have to disable it, and then it makes it the whole situation look really goofy, right? When you add in this big new thing and it's like, okay, 2 days in, sorry, can't do it, too broken. You know what I'm saying? So this actually gives them a play space that's not as serious as standard Battle Royale. Obviously, it's a bit more casual with like Clash and everything going on there. A place and a space to test these things out, see how the community reacts to them, and then go forward from that and say, okay, we have data that proves this should be effective in Battle Royale. We know how to tune it from the Clash test stuff that we can then launch it in a more polished state, more balanced state for Battle Royale, for Plunder, for Resurgence, etc., etc. So this is, in my opinion, a pretty strong, a pretty good outlook for the future of Warzone updates here, and it does bring more value to our feedback, whether it's me talking in videos about this sort of sentiment that I'm seeing online, whether it's you guys in the comments talking about your thoughts and opinions on things on Twitter, on Reddit, where the devs are monitoring feedback as well. It's worth putting that info out there, albeit in a respectful manner, so it's actually taken into consideration. It's not screaming, hey, this sucks, this is so bad, without offering an actual solution, right? They're gonna listen to criticism and feedback that helps progress things, not just endless yelling into the void. So keep that in mind if you're giving feedback there, but definitely does bring value, I think, across the board to both the LTMs and then also our voices, our feedback as a community here. So we'll have to see how things play out. Hopefully this does work out for the better here, but it is an interesting approach that Warzone is sort of changing up here with all their planned future updates. That said, that is going to wrap things up for this video though. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure that every single day you are in the know for all things going on in COD, this is the place to be. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.